Alright, so I should probably be doing not quite the August wrap up yet, but I did a TBR for August and I haven't read anything. I had my crash, didn't I, on the bike. I did listen to the end of the Harry Potter, the fantasy book that I started. I read about 3 chapters and that's it. I have started listening to George Orwell 1984 in the car. Loving that actually, I think it's really, really good. But that's not what we're here for. You've probably seen, if you follow me on any of the socials, a lot of bubbles appearing everywhere. With Facebook inside or Booktube inside or bookstagram inside or WordPress logo inside, Audible. I don't think I've done one with Audible, but you know, that's the whole thing. And you're probably wondering what's going on, and I thought, well, rather than give you any more clues, because no one seemed to be that bothered about them, to be honest, I've shown a few people, and I'm going to just tell you the story of how what is going to come about came about. So obviously I was riding on my bike, had a crash, and I did a newspaper article during that YouTube video all about famous author crashes, you know, as if I'm a famous author, but I am an author, so famous author crashes his bike. And then I put on the other side of the newspaper, and it was all done up like a newspaper, and it was just a joke. That's all it was a joke. And I think it was Jade off paperback and hardback, or paperback to hardback. She said, if you brought out a newspaper like that, I'd subscribe, I'd get it. And it got me thinking. I thought, right, let's just go look into that a little bit and see how many magazines there are out for book lovers, not just Booktube, Bookstagram, Facebook book groups, Audible. You know, there's some Audible Facebook groups that I'm a member of as well. Bloggers, you know, let's not forget the bloggers. That's where this all started, wasn't it? And I thought, is there a platform for all of those to go to see like-minded things and maybe have some extra bits of content? And I started looking into it, and it didn't exist, and I ran it past a few people. I then, because I have the Adobe software, I had a look at what software I got in my Creative Cloud selection. I've got InDesign, so then I spent 8 hours learning InDesign, which is the industry standard for magazine publishing. And I had a look at various magazine publishing methods, and then I found out that you can publish on issue. So I've spent a little bit of money, to be honest. I've subscribed to that. You know, that's about £500 a year. I've got the software already, but I do pay for it. I've just bought a Creative Cloud or Adobe stock photography. So I've got myself all geared up for that, because I have my own IT company, and obviously I can go down whatever new avenue I want. So I've decided to invest a little bit of time and effort and try and give the book community something they haven't got. So you've probably seen all the bubbles, and if I come back to those, so the social bubble, and I'll post a picture after this in Twitter and try and point everyone to here, is an idea about getting all of your content and all of your creative talents into a magazine. And then you'll get more subscribers, and you'll get more of this and more of that. But more than that, it's about getting good content in front of people and collating it all, so you're not bombarded with the YouTube algorithm, and you can maybe have like-minded book followers to help you find some content that's a bit more unique, maybe, or even learn from. If you've got a Booktube channel, there might be a tech section, for instance, where we teach you a little bit about editing, teach you a little bit about WordPress, teach Instagrammers a little bit about photography. There could be all of that going on, and look, my head's spinning with the opportunities and what we could do. But initially, I plan to get a taster magazine out. One of the big game changers for me was, and this is more for Booktube than anybody else, but magazines, an e-magazine now on issue can carry YouTube videos. So if you're online, you can actually watch the video. So let's imagine you subscribe to a magazine which has all of this book content, collated content, reviews, people's TBRs, anticipated books that are coming out, and if we all bought into that, then potentially, and if a lot of people subscribed, the power, then you could go to a publisher and say, look, can we be a bit like NetGalley? Can we have some free books please for our loyal followers? So that's where I want to head. And you might be thinking, oh yeah, you make millions of pounds, Trevor. I'm putting in quite a lot into this just to get it off the ground, and let's see where it goes, you know. If not, then indie authors like me will definitely want a piece of that, won't they? Imagine if we had 5,000 subscribers who are all readers, and you can get an advert into a magazine that everybody's going to read. So it's those type of things that are the future. But initially, I just want to give a platform to some very creative people and very creative talents that I've seen. And then obviously I don't know everybody. I've only got 92 followers as we stand. And I'm not doing this to try and get 1 million followers. But you know, let's look at the people who've got 1,000 followers. Let's get someone who's got 5,000 followers and say, how did you do that? And then put it in the magazine, and we call all learn, and that's across all platforms, not just Booktube. You can probably see, because I've started talking quicker, how excited I am about doing this. And I don't mind doing a lot of the legwork for it. The content is obviously getting produced by you. So as long as if I approach you and say, look, I love that, what you're doing, do you mind being in the magazine? You're not going to get paid anything, but you're going to get free publicity for nothing, and you're going to get more subscribers, and it's all going to work like that. And also it saves me trying to write all this content, because the content will be written by you. I have already got a proofreader signed up, so I will pay for the proofreading of that, so everybody's content will actually get looked at, you know, and make sure it's fit for magazine publishing. But they're the minor things. What I want you to think about right now is just the idea. If there was a magazine full of content, ideas, tags, you know, we could have Booktube tags, you could have blogging tags, where you can have your questions and we all follow them. We could even invent our own tags. So the whole idea of this is everybody, it's your magazine, not my magazine, and we can all contribute. If you have an idea, why do we all do this month? Why do we do this for Halloween? Why do we do this for Valentine's Day? In February, why don't we all read the same book across all platforms, and we all put a review in, and then we'll collate them reviews and see what star we give it as a magazine, and then we'll put some of the best reviews on there. Look, I'm just firing ideas out here, but these shouldn't all be my ideas. My idea is to start it, collate it, let's make it happen. Everybody else who gets involved will be very much around the content, the collation of the content, voting for things, having book of the week, having book of the month, having a readathon. All of that is possible. Your tech page, look, you can just see my head is spinning with ideas. So let me get this start of it done. I'll probably put a taster one out by the middle of September. I think we'll put a taster free book out just as an idea. And if you can please comment, and please, if I share this on Twitter, share it and ask people to go to this. And it's not just to get me more followers, I might even create another account for this eventually, but it's very much comment on the Booktube area about, look, this is a good idea, that's a bad idea, can we do this, can we do that? And all of that will come into the mix, and then we'll run it past a few people, maybe even put a committee together and see where we go from there. Another idea would be, or another thing I'd like, especially for the first edition, is if you can put a link into your favourite video you've ever done, and then that's yours, that's your one. And then maybe if you put 3 links into the favourite video that somebody else has done, and then that gives us a platform on Booktube at least, because we may just start this with Booktube and then reach out to the other areas. I've already got someone who's willing to do it for the book blogger community. So that will maybe create a buzz, and then we can add everything else to it. So the initial version may only be Booktube. But then we can build and build and build and build, you know, and let's just see where it goes. But a magazine that you can watch the video in the magazine, why wouldn't we want to do that? And then why wouldn't we want to get all the Booktube people involved? And the minute you do that and you get this big community... my camera went off when I was in mid-rant, and my light went off. Loads of things going on. So just recapping then, I just want everyone to appreciate that we'll put together a magazine with reviews and all this, and even your to be reads or your anticipated books that are coming out. We could do some fun stuff like some game shows. We could do some quizzes. There'll be all that stuff in there. And I'm sure all of you would prefer that rather than going on YouTube watching something and then something flashing up completely out of your genre because the algorithm decides what's going on in your life. Wouldn't you prefer that we have some collated content across all the platforms? And I think that would be good. So that's enough of me ranting. I just want to make this happen. I've got a full-time job. I'm a contractor. I'm working away all the time during the day. This is my little hobby on the night. I'm not allowed to ride anymore for a while because I crashed my bike, so I need to do something else. Quite an active person. Loved learning the software. I've learned all that, so let's see where we go and see where we can take it, but it goes nowhere without you. Okay, so please make your comments, please share away, please start the buzz happening, and then we'll look forward to getting a taster copy out, and then we'll start in earnest in October, mid-October, for probably the November edition. Alright, thanks very much. Cheers, bye.